Congratulations on making the decision to utilize Lord Structural Adhesives, the premier bonding system. Now let's show you how to dispense it for superior performance. Some Lord adhesives are packaged in coaxial cartridges, which are cartridges within cartridges. This type of packaging is usually used for more viscous materials. With this type of cartridge, our first step is to remove the plastic locking nut from the outlet end of the adhesive cartridge. Before loading the cartridge into the gun, we first attach the enclosed lever and position the valve to open by turning the lever to a position parallel with the cartridge. To load the cartridge into the SuperMix gun, we slip it inside the tube portion of the gun and push it all the way down, making sure that the cartridge valve is facing out and away from the locking mechanism. Then we engage the locking mechanism to hold the cartridge in place while we dispense our product. Now we'll show you how to level the cartridge to make sure that both sides dispense at the same time. Keep in mind that this step must be repeated for each new cartridge you load into the dispensing gun. Once you've got your cartridge loaded with the plungers lined up, slowly squeeze the trigger of the applicator into a cup or onto a piece of paper until a small amount of adhesive is equally dispensing from both ports. Mix the adhesive in your cup or on the paper and let it cure. Then dispose of it properly. Next, we'll purge the static mixer to ensure a good mix of the two components. We do this by installing the static mixer over the tip of the cartridge, then applying the locking nut firmly to keep it in place. To purge the static mixer, we dispense a bead about the length of the mixer. Once this step is complete, you're ready to dispense your Lord adhesive onto your part. To adjust the adhesive flow rate for application to your part, adjust the air pressure at the regulator. So if you want a smaller bead of adhesive for smaller parts, we back off the air pressure. If we want to increase the flow for a larger bead to fill gaps or cover a bond surface, we increase the air pressure. When we're done applying the adhesive to our part, we use our lever to close the dispensing valve by rotating it until the lever is perpendicular to the cartridge. Then we can remove our cartridge by disengaging the locking mechanism and then sliding the cartridge out of the SuperMix gun. Okay, let's do a quick recap. To load the cartridge, remove the locking nut. Then attach the lever to open the dispense valve. Then load the cartridge, valve facing outward, into the gun, and then engage the locking mechanism. Next, we level the cartridge by squeezing the trigger of the applicator gun until an equal amount of adhesive is dispensing from both ports. Don't forget to mix the adhesive so it can cure and be disposed of properly. Lastly, we purge the mixing tip by squeezing the applicator gun trigger and dispensing a mixer's length bead of adhesive to ensure good mix. For our epoxy and urethane cartridges, we recommend leaving the mix tip attached to the cartridge for storage if the entire cartridge is not used at once. For best results with our acrylic adhesives, it's best to remove the mix tip and replace the cartridge plugs for storage if the entire cartridge is not fully utilized. And that's it! You're ready to get started with Lord Structural Adhesives and ready to see the difference in performance, ease of use, and process improvements for yourself.